this is your April forecast for all signs. If you would like a private reading with me or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, to use the link below. Just wanted to show you something that was sent to me. It says sometimes groceries, mostly white. Lovely grocery bag that I got from one of my really close friends. So Aries, let's start with you. So I'm going to be focused on what your highlight is for the month, and I'm also going to point out where you're going to have some challenges and difficulties. Now for you Aries, when I started dealing out your cards, I got one that was for the whole reading. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles there. So for you Aries, I'm saying that for this month you've got to be prepared, you've got to be cautious, and you've just got to look at all the sides for this, because something's going to come up here that's going to bring about a new start for you, a way that you can reinvent yourself, relaunch yourself, have a reality check of some sort, so you have a deeper understanding of what it is around you, the frequencies around you, and where your place is in that. So in your place of work, we've got the Ace of Cups, and this is about having that practical, tangible help that you need around work to be able to get your job done. Now things can be running smoothly for you and your team. If you've been looking for a job, you'll get a job. But close to the middle of April, you're going to have a bit of a reality check, and you're going to have to make space available. You're going to need to strip back to the basics, and you're going to have to make sure that you have all the steps in place for what it is for your greatest hopes and dreams. And this month it's going to start. Now there are going to be some endings. What you need to let go of is self-destructive tendencies, ego, look behind the scenes. Things are working behind the scenes. So if something chaotic or difficult turns up, things behind the scenes are working for you, not against you, to be able to push forward, to be in that reality that you want to get to. In your family home heritage, we do have the Two of Wands here. We've got people that are within the home, within the family, that are looking out and saying, well, where can I go from here? Or some of them are asking for help. How can I, I'm looking out to get help to come in to the family to try and sort things out, whether that be specialists, counsellors, any kind of debts, you know, someone that can look at the facts, the figures, and come in and give us a hand. For others, this is about moving out, moving on. So whether it be children leaving the home or wanting to shift itself completely. For some of you, this is about work and moving. So if you have an opportunity that comes out of the blue that says, look, I can have you coming to work here, but that will involve you moving as well. So that's something to look out for as well. We are going to need you, Aries, to look at things around you that can help you. So new technologies, new skills, maybe some courses, things like that, because what you're going into a new start, you're going to need that with you. With your health, we've got the Five of Swords. The swords are, the seventh house is ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins, and buttocks. So for a small select few of you, you're going to need to have a checkup. Something doesn't feel right, and this could be too much party, too much play. For others, this is an ongoing situation, so it could be continuously getting cysts, endometriosis, or having difficulty getting pregnant. In that area, we're having things going on. So there'll be a procedure this month, or there'll be a two-pronged appointment. So today we'll see this person, then we'll get that done, and then we'll come back, or we'll get this done, and then we'll go and get that done. So that's specifically for you this month, Aries. And then last, in your relationships, we've got the Ace of Cups. We're feeling in a relationship sense, so if we're with someone, that we're able to put things behind us. Now, close to the 20th of April, things are going to be very emotional. Things are going to be coming to a head. So if in previous relationships you've had difficulties where you've been self-destructive or too clingy, or your partner has, this month in April is going to shine on that, and you'll be able to have new ways to communicate and new ways to move forward, and strong relationships will be able to continue. If you are in a relationship that's been up and down, what comes up in April for you will show you that in the reality that things cannot continue. So with your Adoring Virtue, messages from the angels, Aries. Okay, so Athena says you are powerful. Keep going ahead doing what it is that you need to do, and you will help others as well as benefit yourself. Bridget saying be cautious. Like I said, be cautious before you... Page of Pentacles. We are being cautious before we move. We're checking the terrain. We're looking at all the all outside the box to be able to protect ourselves as we're moving forward. And Archangel Gabriel's telling us about all that communication that we're going to be having to be able to make this a important reality for you this month. So now we're going to go on to Taurus. Taurus, this month we're going to have a deep understanding about the world around us that we are a part of, and in that we're going to be able to focus on whether it be new technology, a new belief system, or new technologies brought over which changes the way that we deal with people, which just changes the way we communicate with our customers, with our co-workers, and with our customers as well. So for this month, what you are looking at, and you are going to be having a reality check-in, is things behind closed doors. You might find some secrets this month, Taurus, and also any part of you that have self-destructive tendencies, Taurus. I know this has been a bit of a journey for you, but this month and close to the 20th of April, give or take a few days, there's going to be an emotional overwhelming where you're going to understand through force, through actions outside of your own, or even hearing information from something that happened before, you're faced with a reality check that things weren't quite the way that you thought that they were. This is a really important time for you, Taurus, because from this you're going to understand that A, you don't need anybody, B, you don't need your old past habits and the way that you did things, that you are more confident now and you're strong enough to not worry like you did before. You're able to pick yourself up and keep moving. So for you, this is about your career, where you can really make some big changes. And it's going to start slow now, and that's going to build as we get to July. From June, July, let's just say mid of June, beginning of July, things are really going to speed up for you. It's a really good time for you in June, a really powerful month, and a lot of winning going on. When we are looking at where we need to make some changes, so that you can win, is that we need to make space. So something might go, people might go, a job might go, something's going to free up some space for you to really push forward with this newfound confidence that you are going to find that you had all along. In your work, career and study, we have got the Magician card, Major Arcana card, right next to the World card, another Major Arcana card. And this again, like I said for Aries, you could be traveling for your work. And so your home and your work are combined in that way. When it comes to the Magician card for your career, study and finance, we're saying, look, what is above is what is below. So the good words that we're putting out is going to manifest us to have good results. If you're going to go, oh, it's not going to work out for me, oh, I'm going to lose, oh, I won't get the job, then you won't. The Magician card says that you have everything that you need here laid out on the table. You've earned all of that. You're ready to go. This is a karmic time for you, which is an actual karma shift. We're presently a lot of planets moving. We've got karma moving. This is a karmic time. And this is something new for you, that you're really putting yourself out there to the world to see, and you're growing on that experience that you have. So financially and career-wise, this is a really good time for you. When we're looking at the World card, it's interesting because we also have an eclipse in the earth signs as well. So this is about what goes up must come down, and it's about a full circle. So like I've said, something moves and creates space for you to create better foundations and restructure and strip back what you don't need. And the World card saying we've come to a natural conclusion here, and this could be with family. So now we're moving away from family, we don't rely on family, or we're moving away from the place that we've lived because it's no longer necessary. It's a natural conclusion, a natural end, and that's a Major Arcana card as well. For some of you, you feel responsible, you feel obligated to help your parents or your siblings, and this is something you learn to do at a very early age. So this is something that also, like I said, you're looking at things below the surface, so psychology, all things below the subconscious. Those things will come up, and this is a great time to strain it and throw it because you don't need it. But the underlying feel this obligation and this responsibility for family and or friends, what you learned, is something to do with your worthiness as well. So as you learn that you don't need anybody, that you can do it on your own, that you're strong enough on your own, you've come through experiences in your life on your own, therefore you will also pull back a little bit and learn to say no. in the month of April, you're going to be feeling a little bit tired, you're going to be feeling a little bit sore, you're going to be feeling a little bit left out, left alone, cold shoulder. You also might find that you've got some pains on the sides of your body, upper back, and there's 5 is heart, spine, sides of body, and upper back. So we're working out too much, got some strains there, maybe with even, feeling a little bit sick as well. Not really feeling like you've got anyone to come and look after you and make sure that you're okay. Another major arcana card, the Strength card in our love position. Now this is saying that there's a karmic time here. Now we do have an eclipse, so this could bring up this karmic relationship. You'll either meet someone that can be very karmic, and then through June, July, it will really start to take off. Or this is a karma coming to an end of a relationship where it's been building up. This card says, again, we're going back to the same message, Taurus. What you were and what you needed before is very different from what you are now. Now, I'm not saying that you're perfect. I'm not saying you got to the goals that you wanted. But as you've plodded along and as you've gone through hard times, you've become stronger, you've become tougher. And from now on, especially after the eclipse, you're going to find that things just run off you now. They don't bother you like they used to. And this is a really good thing for you. So your Enduring Virtue messages from the angels, Taurus, is... Ariel says you're going to have some psychic moments where you're going to feel that you just know what's going to happen. You just know what to do, know where to be, right place at the right time. This is Opal. This is specifically children that have passed, your own siblings or childhood friend, bringing over the message to you that you are strong, you are a survivor, you are just right on your game right now, because you're at the 12th house where you're leaving things behind right before you reinvent yourself and relaunch yourself. And because you're restructuring and going back to basics, you now have more room. Now this card is also saying reignited love or new love. We also have Xana, who's saying that you are protected, your home and family are protected. So like I was saying before with this family thing that might come up, it's not your duty to make sure everybody's okay. It's not your duty to be picking sides. You just carry on looking after you. You've learnt throughout your lifetime, in this particular karmic life cycle that you're in now, you're going to come out better off, because now you can deal with things a lot better than you could before. So now we're going to go on to Gemini. Gemini, in your career, study and finance, there's going to be some loss there. There's going to be some sort of change there, because you are making space, you're making room for something else to come in, and that can't come in until something else has been removed. So maybe we lose our job or we lose our hours, but then we pick up a new one and it's better money, better hours. Maybe we have lost our partner, a business partner, so somebody else comes on board. So what is removed is replaced. But this is about reality check. This about foundations. It's about stripping back and making sure that what you have is solid, because it hasn't been. And you're going to find that out through the end of April, that things will have to change, and they'll be taken quickly and it'll be replaced quickly as well. With your study, career and finance, like I was just saying, something has to go. We have to go slowly with this. Try not to rush. Try not to you're worrying that your position is not as strong as you thought it was, so now you try and rush. You might throw somebody else under the bus and then you'll lose your job. You might fear that you're in trouble, so you stay at work far too much and you become tired and then you make mistakes. So what you can put your full energy in is just the job that you are required to do. Take your time. Take things slow. As far as money, you might find that there's an unexpected cost that takes up the money that you have for that week, that fortnight, whatever it is, and so you're going to be a little bit tight till the next time you get paid. Hanged Man. This Gemini is for the family area. Now, this is about patience. It's about having to take time out and realize that things will happen on the time that they're meant to happen. You can't force it to happen. As much as we'd like to close our eyes and just be there, we can't on this one. We are realizing that we have to have a reality check. We know we have to ground ourselves. We know we have to make this space so we have that boundless energy towards the dreams that we want to acquire, which is where we're focused, our greatest dreams and desires and our salaries. But we've got to be using our friends, our social media, learning from organizations, maybe doing some courses and expanding on what we already learn and teach to be able to get there. Now, you might find that you lose something and then you get a plum job showing something else, but there's a deep understanding at the end of this time. Within the family unit, it looks like here for you that someone may want to have some extra money or ask for money because they need it this month. And I would just wait. I would wait before I rush in because something doesn't feel quite legit about that. The other thing is, if you're waiting to find out if I've got the home, if you're waiting to find out if I've got the loan, whatever that is, it is going to be a yes. It's just not going to be in a time limit that you thought it was going to be. It's going to be a little bit longer. When we come to our health, we have the Knight of Cups. Good news is coming to make that stability for you. You might find that you've got some inflammation. You might find that there's some swelling. You might find that there's water weight or swelling on the knee, where water is involved with swelling. Also, this cup is about emotions, so we need to find throughout this month to keep our emotions steady, and that's the best course of action for you. And with our love, we've got the Four of Pentacles. Look, around the home, married couples, this is a time to get together and decide, and it's not for everybody, but this is what I'm feeling first. So my family, your family, somewhere in the middle, it causes disagreements between me and my partner. So during this time when things go up, we need to decide, is family outside influence more important than us as a couple? Because it looks like it's really pushing the boundaries and pushing us apart. So we need to make an agreement, right? Well, this is for your family, this is for my family. There's no favorites, but we have to come first as a couple. As far as singles go, be careful that you're not blinded by the lights and the titles and the people and the finer things and get wrapped up in getting into a relationship with someone just because it's shiny and not really the person that you would, have the foundations for. It's more like understanding that what a preconceived looks like sounds good, sounds wonderful, you want it, you get it, and you decide, I don't know if I want that after all. So you get what you want, but not quite for you. This card is saying, don't just do it because there's a lot of money, there's a lot of popularity, there's a lot of benefits from this person for you. So Gemini, you're adoring virtue, messages from the angels. Through this month, you're going to find out who your friends are, and you're also going to have a deep awakening inside yourself and understanding on what happens behind the scenes, what happens in the invisible world that you can't see that gets you in the right place that you need to be. Okay, so you're going to get it, but it's going to take up to the last minute. You are going to need someone to look at the finer details, someone learned. So this can be an accountant, a specialist, getting your boss to go over, or your lecturer to go over your notes, your details, the projects that you're doing. Somebody else to have a look over it first so you're not missing anything, and you'll find that you'll get the A-OK and the approval needed. Francesca says that there's a bit of loneliness close to this eclipse. Well, we're feeling very low, we're feeling dark, and to push that away is to understand that timing, just like I said before, timing will happen exactly when it's meant to. You can't hold on to something for your dear life if you knew 6 months later down the track that what you were holding on to was nowhere near as good as what you were going to get. So now let's have a look at Cancer. Close to the 20th of April for you, Cancer, it looks like we're going to be excited or feeling our emotions are rising where it comes to a job or our job, whether that be university included in that. And we have some tensions rising there. We're not quite sure what the answer is going to be there. Don't go against the flow. So if you start to panic or you start to feel desperate because you think somebody else is getting ahead of you and you push it, you're going to find that's going to blow up in your face. So just going with the flow. Be passionate, but try not to stir the waters too hard this month. You're also going to find that to be able to expand, to be able to get up to where you need to go, again, you're going to need to restructure. Things need to be filtered out. You need to ground yourself, center yourself, and that will provide the limitless, boundless road to the goals that you want. Now, when it comes to your career, study, and finance, we've got two decisions here. Like I said, we've got to be very careful not to go against the flow. If you are looking for a job, you'll have two to choose from. But one, I think that it sounds better and it's got more money, but I don't think you're going to get on well with the people. On the other job that I'm at a job and I'm looking for a job, I don't think you're going to like that place. You're not going to get on well with the people. So stay where you are, or wait for the next job to come in. If you don't have a job and you've got two to choose from, one, you won't get on well with the people, the other one you will. But the only difference there is the title. So that's what you're going to be stuck on. When we come to our home, we've got the Strength card, Major Arcana card. This is karmic as well, especially in this timing. This card says, well, Cancer, which is also with the eclipses, Cancer, you don't need to be the referee for everybody in your family. It's not up to you to make sure everybody's okay, Cancer. And you have had a challenging time between your own needs, all work and no play, and then the family responsibilities. Cancer, this month, your family doesn't have to come first when it comes to your own mental state or your own physical state. Because if you're feeling unwell, you'll find that you'll feel very sorry for yourself because you don't have people around to help you, whereas you're always there to help other people. Also, someone, either you or somebody else in your family this week, could have a virus, could hurt their knee because this person's on crutches, so could hurt themselves physically in some way, Cancer, and you might be the one stuck looking after them. But if not, it's for you. In the area, if it's for you, is the heart, spine, sides of the body, and the upper back. Now, you will need to outlay some money for this, and it's going to take 2 more appointments after this one for you to be able to feel you're back on the road. When we come to our relationships, we've got the Magician card. This is meeting someone, Cancer. So if you're single, this is meeting someone who's very karmic. And I feel like this person, you're going to meet them probably closer to the end of April, anywhere between, say, the 18th of April through to about the 8th of May. So if you meet this person during then, this person's very karmic. Now, this person seems to have their shit together. This person seems a lot more mature and experienced than the age that they show. Or perhaps you're dating someone older than what you used to, because there's a maturity and an experience here, which is really going to be good for you. This is someone you can really go with the flow with and learn at the same time and also have a lot of fun. What you need to let go of and understand is the invisible world and what's around you. You know, you'll see things differently and hear things differently. It's like watching a program or favorite movie that you love, and you've watched it a few times, and every time you watch it, something else points out and you realize, oh, I didn't notice that before. That's going to happen in real life for you, Cancer. You'll see something and it will be, you know what, I missed that, I didn't realize that, and I can see that now. Straight away, you've got a yes, you've got a win, so going with that, you've definitely got that. That's fine. This is a win against corporations, so this is getting the project, winning the award, getting the bonus. If we have a monthly person of the month, you very much will be that. Crystal says, again, timing. Timing will happen when it's meant to. I know we want to do it on our timeline, but it's not about that. It's the invisible world and the frequencies, what needs to be taken away so that you can fill it with something much better for yourself. And Astara also says that you're a winner this month as well. Right, so now we're going on to... Also, lastly about that, with the other in our life, it's a lover, or we're talking about our work. So we'll go lover first. Looks like this month that we'll get to come to a deeper understanding. Now, if this is a partnership that have divorced and gone their separate ways, you're going to come to an understanding you haven't had for a long time. You're going to respect each other, going to support each other on the fact of, I'm really happy for you, I'm really happy for you, and then we're going through. If this is about other as in our boss, you're going to need to learn something or teach something. And this is not just going to be a one-off. This is actually laying the groundwork for you to be able to do more of that later, which is really going to help you. Okay, Leo. This month we're looking at what we're learning and what we're teaching to be able to be more independent and be able to get commitment from others. So psychologically or religiously or culturally, we're going to have a bit of a learning curve this month. Also, it can come from the others in our life. So if it's at work, you're going to get a learning curve, a cultural shift very fast to you. You have two major arcana cards, Leo, come straight out. So let's start off with this. So the message for your work, we've got the moon card and we do have that eclipse. So this is what I'm looking at. We're really excited about something that is there on the books, and we're getting excited because we're getting to the point where it's going to be a yes. And as we do so, we find out that there's a cultural shift or a religious shift here that is going to be a stumbling block. And we need to get around that. So I feel like there's three. There's two that are going forward and one that's going to be a sticking block. So we need to get around that. Maybe we need to learn some of that cultural or religious to be able to put that in place. So for example, if I'm a company and I'm bringing on, say, schools or a government department, and it's my job to go out there and teach something, then I'm going to need to learn about the religious or the cultural so that I can actually get that contract. So the contract is there, whatever it is that you're doing. The contract is there or the job is there, but I need to have some learning before I can have that. That's for your thing. Now, in terms of finances and family, we could be arguing over a will, we could be arguing over finances, and when I say finances, it can be, okay, well, this family member needs some money, well, I'm not paying for it, well, I paid for it last time. Or, you know, if there's money there, we're squabbling over who gets what share. When it comes to home, we've got the Fool card, someone's off on their travels, Leo. Are we buying a house? Are we moving house? Are we getting on a plane and going? Because this is about neutral, ground zero, getting up and just flying for the sky. It's going to be a positive month for you, but it's going to take to the end of the month through to the middle of next month before you see the win. It's just going to take a time. And the end of the month is going to be hard on you because there's going to be something there that gives you a reality check, which means you need to go back to basics and build better foundations, have a deeper understanding on what you need and the people that you work for or work with. When we come to our health, we've got the Seven of Cups, and also you're dealing with that on an area of where this deeper understanding of the invisible world and the frequencies around you in that as well. This is about cups and emotional. So what I want to say first and foremost is that during this karmic time, anything that is learned that we've learnt from our childhood and we've used throughout our life, Leo, that has been a stumbling block that's gotten in our way. This is where you're going to get that reality check, and that doesn't work for you anymore. So you're going to have to learn your lesson. You're going to have to learn how to deal with things differently and understand that maybe you weren't aware of it, maybe you are aware of it, maybe fear's been involved, but something's going to give you a reality check where you really do have to deal with those issues. And maybe we don't know with the fog there, we don't know where it's coming from, we don't know how to get out of this, because it's about an emotional windstorm going on, so we can't quite see where it's going. It's over a couple of areas as well. So Leo, you really do need to get your emotional self some help as well. Seventh house is also ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins, and buttocks. Not quite sure what's going on there. It looks like it could be a couple of things. It could be hormonal, it could have something to do with anxiety, stress, and depression, or it could be something that comes from the heritage, the roots, the family. But we don't have all the information yet, so we have to wait. If we're pregnant, we might have a scare, and we're not sure what's going to happen, but things will work out there. When it comes to our love, we've got the Page of Wands. Very, very hot and steamy for you this month, Leo. Even if you're in a relationship, it's a passionate time for you. If you're single, then this is someone who's from a different culture than you, someone from a different place than you, and that really opens your eyes. It's like I've broadened my horizons on what I assumed or what I thought I knew, and finding out that romance is very different when you go outside the square that you are. Now, this person is very charming. Now, this would be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. You might meet them on your travels as well. So your drawing virtue messages from the angels, Leo, is... Now, some of you are going to have to get some legalities signed before you're able to join, well, either join a job or for you to be able to get that promotion. So for that contract, they're going to say you need to do this to get that. Abundance of money, abundance of help is going to be there for you. Again, this is a patience card. We've got the eclipse there, which is close to the end of April, saying now's your time to learn. Like I said, we're going to have to learn something before we can move on. Archangel Michael's here with you. He's ahead of the deck, and he's here giving you courage. He's giving you strength. He's saying, I hear you, and I know it's more than one area. I'm here with you. They do actually connect. This one lesson you're going to learn is over a couple of areas in your life, but you are going to be able to deal with all of them from this one lesson. And then we've got Archangel Uriel, who is in charge of our emotions. So, excuse me, he's going to be there to help you with that emotional shift that you are going to go through. So now we're going to go on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, so we're going to have a deeper understanding on what commitment is. So, you know, I understand that people know what commitment is, but sometimes we put in 100%, sometimes we don't. And this month you're going to get that reality check. You're going to understand that the invisible world wants you to stand by your word and give 100%. There has been some grief, there's been some loss around you, Virgo, very hard to handle. And it has been a reality. It's been a hard lesson to learn. Some stops, starts, losses, not being a part of the team, whether it be at work or with the family as well. And it looks like our health has been involved in that as well. So whether it's all work and no play, or too much play, not getting the work done. With our study, career and finance, we've got the Seven of Swords here. Someone here is not taking things seriously. Someone here is playing games. Someone here is playing with other people's minds so that they can better themselves over you. Now, if you're the person doing it, you've got to cut it out, because it's going to slap you straight in the face. As far as you might find that there's a liability in this clause of a contract which is going to cost you money that you weren't aware that it was there, or you have to put money down for something before you can move forward. When it comes to the house, there's a bit of caution there, there's a bit of slowness, and we're waiting for our luck to turn. If we're wanting to go away, if we want to go away as in a holiday, or to go somewhere, or if we want to actually shift from our place, it looks like we've got to wait until the karma shift comes in and puts us in the right place at the right time with the right people, because there's luck there that's able to prepare you and protect you to be on your way. You will have the tangible, practical needs that you need to get there or to get ongoing, but this will come from somebody else. When it comes to your health, we have got the Two of Cups. There is a analytical way that the Virgos deal with things, so they come across as they're cold. And then there's the emotional way, which everybody else does. So in Virgo this month, for April and May, you're going to have to learn to bring them both together. So not just analytical, we have to understand that our heart is important as well. So bring in some of that emotion as well. So it's not all analytical. We have to be more open to sharing our emotions and sharing our communication and understanding other people's pain and understanding other people's point of view, which is very cut and dry when it comes to you. So this is like we need to bring things together for us to be emotionally able to handle April. The second house is also throat, ears, thyroid, lower lip, jaw, base of brain, cerebellum, cervical spine, and neck. You might find that through this month, if you put two in combination here, you're able to push through and recover a lot quicker. When it comes to your home, your love, we've got the King of Cups here. Now, in a steadfast relationship, this is about being patient with your partner. They've been going through an emotional time, but they've been battling going upstream, so they've been pushing against the current. Through the turn of this month, they're going to go the other way, but they might drift down a bit first. So you or the other emotionally going to be a bit suffocated or feel like they're drowning a bit this month. So you're going to rely on your partner, or you're going to need to give love to your partner about that this month. If you're single, then this is about meeting someone. And it's not like that, it's not going to start and then continue. It's going to start, there's going to be a pause, and then we're going to meet each other again. So if we make plans, let's meet, I'll see you again in a month's time, something like that. If you're single, then this is a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Enduring virtue messages from the angels, Virgo. You're going to need to restructure there's going to be a contract involved, who is on your side and really committed to helping you get there. And it's to do with what your day looks like, as well as, what my home stops me from earning money. If I'm playing too much to earn money, I'm working too much to enjoy myself, your day looks like it's going to change. Aurora says that there might be some jealousy and gossip around you, but don't worry, you're flying high, you're going to get there anyway. And Layla says it's time to stop and think about where you are, where you've come from, and what the future looks like. Part of that has changed. As you've grown, as you've matured, the end goal looks different. So there is going to be a restructuring, a reality check, and centering yourself so that you are limitless, you are boundless, you can actually achieve more. But again, it's saying the right words out positive. If you say, oh, I'm going to lose this, or oh, I'm not going to get that, then that's exactly what will happen. So we need to put out into the frequencies that I'm going to be fine, I'm going to get this, and then only see the good luck that can help you get there, and it unexpectedly will. Now we're moving on to Libra. Libra, this month we are looking at our partnerships, we're looking at contracts, we're looking at our agreements, we're looking at who is on the other side of this legality or contract that is there. And for you, it's got something to do with your health, or it's got something to do with your work. Now, if we are doing any kind of sports, or if we're starting our own company, if we're starting anything to do with business or entrepreneurial, we might be doing something to relaunch it, reinvent it, revise it. Reality check makes us relaunch, and it's a rebirth. So if this is a business thing, we're going to be exploring that and putting a lot of energy in that as well. But our health, it looks like our day, our health and or our work, that we're going to have to make some space there. So if we're going to have to either accommodate more exercise, a better routine for our body, or even what my day looks like. We'll get up early and do a bit of exercise before I go to work, get my job done, then I can get home and get what needs to be done there. There has to be a shift there, and you will have a reality check where you'll understand, Libra, that you can't get it all done at the same time. Now, if you're looking after somebody else as in children, it looks like this month that there's going to be a shift there where there is going to be help there for you. We've got a yes card here. Yes, do I sign this contract? Yes, is this the right pairing for me? It's a definite yes for you this month. This is also about corporations and or a legal case, a win with that. And Angiana, we're talking about children here again. So if you're a part-time, like I have my kids, sometimes I have my kids all the time, someone contributes, if we're doing 50-50, or someone contributes for the full-time care. Something about that this month that you've been praying for and wanting is going to come. You're being led to the answer of your prayers. And we've got success at work. We've got two major arcana cards in the middle though. So yes, we've got the yes when it comes to funds or with our job. With our home, we've got the Hermit card. So if we're going to go with the scenario of separation, children involved, a counsellor needs to be involved. We might be looking at a barrister, someone higher than a solicitor. If it's not about law, then it's about looking into our finances. So for someone, could be looking into the family tree, the genealogy and heritage and the roots that go with that, Libra. We're looking up our past. If this is about our home, then we're looking into our debts, we're looking with an accountant, we're researching something at our home, major arcana card. So it could be this reality check that makes you look at that and that you understand more. In our house, we've got the death card. So again, a reality check. So again, if I'm looking at just our health, and we've got the death card, something's going to come up that's going to give you a reality check, and then you're going to understand you have to restructure your day because you need to get past this or your health is not going to get better. So maybe you've been feeling a little bit, maybe you've been feeling a lot, but your reality check is going to come and it's going to show you that you need to commit, your day needs to change, for you to be able to be a better you, for you to be able to recover. In our love, we do have the Four of Pentacles. Now, straight away, I feel like you and your partner are putting money together to come together. So if I'm shifting from here to New Zealand or the other way around, or I'm shifting from Perth to Melbourne, or the other way around. You know, there's some kind of gap in between us that we're bringing our money and our family together at home. So that's for established couples. New couples, it looks like, just be very careful that you're not lured into a relationship because it's shiny and new and has all the trappings. You know, someone who's got a bit of standing, a bit of money, hangs out with really good people, really famous people, or it's got that look about it. Be careful not to fall into that, because I don't think you're actually going to be happy. Be careful what you pray for. If you are just out there looking, this is a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. This person works in family law or works in some kind of department, government owned, and or works with money. So it could be, you know, visas, it could be the bank, could be stock market, so something of an organisation of that as well, and is visiting the hometown. So now we're going to go over to Scorpio. We're looking at your day here, and what also needs to happen is we need to go with the flow. You can't go against the flow. It's going to make life really hard. And when you do have to restructure, when you do have to strip back because something's happened outside of your own control, you don't have any control over this. It's just going to happen. And what is taken away, or what the stumbling block is going to be replaced by something that's easier and better for you with a better outcome. You're also going to get a deeper understanding of, you know, the invisible world and how things work to get you in the right place at the right time. You might feel, oh my gosh, I'm cursed. Nothing seems to go. Everything, if it could happen, it will happen to me. That's going to change. You've got to understand what you put out there is what's going to come back. So you will understand through this reality check that you are going to strip back, that you have to make things really simplified for yourself to make your life easier. Some of you could be walking away from a job. That could be it. Some of you could be walking away from my own job, going into my own business or entrepreneurship with that. Now, if it starts in between, say, the 18th of April through to about the 12th of May, this is a really good time for you to relaunch, revise, and relaunch yourself. Some of us are walking away from debt. Now, at home, we've got the Ace of Swords. Someone here is trying to vie for dominance here. So you might be having hurtful words being said. Someone saying, well, I own more of this than you do, or kicking you out of the house. Some sort of dominance and compliance is happening within the home. So whether this is the family home or whether you live with flatmates, there's a dominance and a submission this week, this month, which is really going to get out of hand. Maybe this person likes to have parties. Maybe this person's very irresponsible. Maybe this person's heads up in the clouds, and you're like, hello, this is serious. This is our home. We're going to make sure our rent is paid. We're going to make sure that the house is clean. We're going to make sure that we have food in the house. It's that kind of thing that's going on there. Now, for some of you, it is about children and our home. There's a reality check here when it comes to, so let's go family and children first. We're going to realize through an emotion that our children are very important and that we need to make time and make space for them. So maybe we've been working too much and we haven't understand that, you know what, life is worth more about my home and my family than it is about money. And so it's all about family. Maybe I need to stay home. Maybe I have maybe I've been brought up with self-destructive tendencies. Maybe it's my ego. Maybe I get in my own way. Maybe it's my habits and being passed on to children. Or, you know, there's a child in your life. So if you're going out with someone and they have kids, or if you're an aunt or an uncle, or, you know, your own children. We're going to need to incorporate that into our day, and the family is involved with that. When it comes to our health, we're starting a new, fresh cycle. So maybe you get some kind of reality check that you've got something that comes through the family genetic, and so you go, okay, right, I have that information, I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep going this way. Psychologically and also culturally, you'll be trying different methods to make you feel better, and being online, getting information from other people on how that worked and incorporating that into your day. With our love, we have the World card, a natural conclusion onto the next level. If you were single, meeting someone. If you've been single for over a year, then this is meeting the one for you. If you've only been single for a couple of months, then you are getting out there and you're going to be playing the field a bit, and then probably in October you'll meet the one. If you're in an established relationship, you're going on to another level. our Adoring Virtue messages from the angels. Now, for some of you, your work is interfered with because there's been some lockdowns or you're made to work from home. Now, this will screw up your routine a bit, but you also have to understand that just because you're working from home, it's not all home or work. You've got to have a bit of fun and get some, maybe get into a hobby or something. Bit of jealousy, a little bit of gossip going on here, Scorpio. Stay out of it. You're going to get the higher road. You're going to be fine. You know, things will work out in your way. Layla says that you need to stop and think about what your future looks like from the past, what it is now, and what it looks like in the future. Something here has changed, especially through this eclipse. You're going to learn, something's going to strip away all the things that are unnecessary, so you need to restructure. You need to strip down to basics, and you'll find that the more room that you have, you're able to fill that with things that are more potential for you to earn you more money, or to get you to that retirement amount of money that you wanted, or have enough money to get what it is that you need, what you're working on, what your goal is. That money will be there. So that's what Lele is asking you. Now, if you have times of low throughout the month of April, which, you know, as we get to the end of the month in April, our emotions are going to be getting higher and higher. It's going to feel like, oh, a storm is coming. Maybe someone might be feeling overexcited. That line between overexcited and nervous or anxious is very, very thin. So some of us are feeling super, super, super excited and can't wait. And other people are feeling super, super, super anxious and are scared about what the answer is going to be. Either way, you will get a reality check and you will need to change what your day looks like. So now we're going to go on to, Sagittarius. Let's get out and have some fun this month, Sagittarius. Let's get into some hobbies. Let's get into some dating. Let's have a little bit of love. Now, if you don't have that in your life this month, there's going to be opportunity for you to have that. And around your families and friends in your local neighborhood, meeting like-minded people, putting yourself out there, maybe going online, having good conversations. That's for people that don't have love in their life, or they need to have a bit more. For others, this is about your entrepreneurial business skills that are coming out. If you're working from home and promoting yourself from home, this is going to be a good month for you leading into May. But you will have a reality check where you need to pull all the fluff away, and to make sure that your foundations are strong, you need to strip back to the basics and ground yourself, because there's stuff there that is superfluous. It's not even needed. This is what we're doing. We're taking our time out, taking stock on where our money is. We're taking stock of where we are in our career, and we're thinking carefully about what the next level is. Now, the question is why? Through this eclipse, is your job on the line, or has it made you feel like, I don't want to work here anymore, I've got to do something else to earn my money? Or maybe this is the time where you think, you know what, I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I want to put all the energy, time, and effort into my own business. Now, I know this is going to be hard because I've got my day job and I've got my business that I'm getting up and off the ground, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Now, if this is about money when it comes to our children, again, for some of you, this is all about children and the home. And we're going to have some communication and or counselling in the middle of this to be able to get us to move forward. So this could be a divorce settlement. This is agreement on finances. But our home is happy. We have something to celebrate this month. Now, if this is about entrepreneurial for you or for dating for you, you're going to celebrate that with family and friends and let them know how happy you are. Or even if you're on the first leg on your way, people will be happy for you and congratulating you. When it comes to your health, you've got the Page of Pentacles. You might find you're offered a free membership. You might be offered some free massage, free Botox, free facial, free something to do with your health this month. Anything that you put into the outside of your body. I mean, obviously we want to work on the inside of our body, so we've got, multivitamins, lots of water, fresh fruit and vegetables, making sure that we're only eating at certain times of the day, not too late at night, all of those things, the internal. But we're talking about the external for you this month, Sagittarius. If you put a bit of money in there, if you make yourself look nice, you're going to feel even better, because this month there are going to be times we're going to be up and down and a bit low. This is a time for you this month, Sagittarius, that you can get out there and meet someone. Now, for some of you, this will be a younger person for you. which is not usually your style. But this person's got a lot of gumption, they're witty, they're funny, and they just take the risk, take the gamble. This is someone really special for you, especially through this karmic time. If you're already seeing someone, you might find that they've changed it up a bit this month. And for some of you, you might think, who is this person? I don't think I like this version of you. And so, you know, through the back of your mind, through the month goes through, your emotions will change that way. Now, if this is someone where it's changed in a better way, maybe you've been thinking about breaking up, you know, it's not for me, and then they show a different side of you, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to give this a bit more of time, put a bit more energy in it, because something about the partner, or even you, I suppose, this month where there's a change, it makes it a lot more attractive and a lot more exciting. Your daily virtue messages from the angels, Sagittarius, is some of you, if it's your business, you might be learning new skill, new trade to incorporate into your business, which will take you far and wide. If this is to do with your children, you might be learning, you know, as a family, if we're doing some counselling, so you're doing some counselling on what you learn, you can be a better parent. Or if we're bringing in a counsellor for the whole family, the family as a unit will be better. Time to take care of you. Now, this is this card all over. Spend a bit of money, luxury, let yourself have what you need to have to make you feel better. When you feel better, you do better. When you do better, you get better results. Sonia is your loved one that has passed and saying to you, other people may be talking about you behind your back. Other people may not understand. So if you've got a business idea or a entrepreneurial, and other people are like, oh, why? But why would you do that? Well, it doesn't matter what they think. They don't need to understand it because you do. And this is something that you want. And through this loss that you will have, through this chaos or stir up that's going to be there that takes away the unnecessary, will actually give you more confidence and more faith in yourself to push yourself forward, and you will get the gains at the end. So now we're going on to Capricorn. Capricorn, it's all about your home this month. You're going to be loving home. You're going to be feeling very, maybe you're stuck at home, spending more time with your family. Maybe you're looking at your family tree. But there's things this month about home where you're just going to be all about home this month. Maybe you are spending more time with your parents or your siblings, or, you know, maybe you're working from home. Yeah, it looks like there's a difficulty between working at home and getting to the office. So maybe we're unwell, so we have to work from home. Maybe there's a lockdown, so everyone has to work from home. Maybe this is a battle over our home for some of us. And if it is, then there's going to be two sides here. So if we're talking about a battle over money or a battle over home or a battle over will, when I'm talking about families here, something needs to be restructured. We need to get back to basics. There's going to be a reality check here where something's going to be missing or gone. The space needs to be filled up with more. There's going to be sides to be taken, and you don't want to be involved in either of that. Take the higher ground. If you can hear a bit from this side and you agree with some of that and you agree with some of that, then, you know, make your voice be heard. Look, I don't agree completely in what you're saying. I don't agree completely what you're saying. But we need to come to a common ground here. So we need a third person, a third party to be able to navigate and negotiate for this to be able to finish. Someone might be trying to get your job or trying to take credit for your work this month as well. When we get to home, we've got the Hierophant card. Again, this is orthodox versus unorthodox. So maybe some of us want to get married, some of us don't want to get married. Maybe this is a unique living situation. Maybe this is about blessings. So maybe someone's getting married or getting baptized or joining a new religion. There's religion and there's, and this is a major karma card. If we're fighting over money, wills, or a property, it looks like someone wants to bring in someone that is authoritative or is a learned, experienced person to come in, whether they are valuing the property, coming in and listening to each person. Someone of authority is coming in to value and or judge what this is about. When it comes to your health, we've got the 9 of Pentacles here. Now, it looks like we have been told, or we've had a reality check, that we need to put some time, energy, and money into our health this month, Capricorn. Now, for some of us, this could be a cystic issue. with what do you call it, polycystic. This could be endometriosis. There's some sort of growth involved here and or swelling. The ninth house is sciatica, liver, hips, and thighs. So we have to put some money in that. Now, if we're talking about the four that I just said, we hear of a new technique or treatment or doctor and we put the money in to go and see that person, even if this is a travel, so a 2-hour drive, or it's Eastern, West versus East, East versus Western. So alternative there for you. When it comes to love, this is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. I've had this card for a couple of signs. So watch your sun, moon, and rising. This person is really passionate. There's a real chemistry match between you if you're a single person. Now, this may not be forever for all of you, because this could have been one of those wonderful weekends. This person's here for a week, or this person's here for a holiday romance. If this is someone that's new to the area, or moved and is now going to be here on a stable basis, this is someone that you're going to take your time to get to know, because they're going to broaden your horizons. They're going to show you things that you didn't know about yourself and the world. This is a bit of trial and error to really make this a proper connection. Now, those of you that are married, you're going to be trying something different this month, something to heat it up. Maybe if we go on a holiday, so if the word holiday is mentioned, jump on that. It's going to be really good for you, Capricorn. But it's a really good time to have sexy time this month, Capricorn. You're really attractive this month. And if you're single, you might find that you're batting them off like flies. So you're drawing virtue messages from the angels. You'll have a deeper understanding of your own insecurities and your own value system this month by either observing this reality check from the family and you're there observing it, or it's part of you where you get this reality check, and then you will have a greater understanding on the value system to you, what you will and will not sell up for, how you feel about yourself with other members of your families and or relationships, work or love. And there's going to be a lesson learnt by observation or being part of this that learns that reality check. The other thing about this is understanding what the invisible world means, and it's about pushing you in this direction and that direction, and then where you need to be. So understanding that timing is everything with you. Want things to go faster or slower, or, I just need a bit more time, the deadline's there. You're going to find that things happen for a reason, exactly at the time when it's meant to happen. But your value system is something that's going to be shaken up, and you're going to learn more about yourself, deeper understanding of yourself as a person. Now, for some of you, this might be because you're getting closer to another person in a relationship sense. For others, then this is about gaining, working with somebody else at work and gaining the confidence to speak up for yourself. Now, moving to a new job or a new home in there for you. The other one here is Rochelle. This is about your intellect and how you think about yourself. What your thoughts matter, what you say out loud affects your reality, but also how you think about yourself. How do you deal with issues, problems, situations that come up out of the blue? Are you someone that works really good under pressure? Are you someone that crumbles and flight, or freeze? So this is something you're going to learn as well through this reality check, that you know more about yourself than you thought that you did before. But this is also about feeling strong and knowing yourself, which again, I've said that 3 times, about learning your inner values and learning more, a deeper understanding about yourself. This is about using that to gain in advance. So speak up, hand up, push that, do that, and you will get where it is that you want. This is, again, back to, if we're talking about the hereditary, we're talking about family. And this is about a mental state or an idea that someone's got. So say the family, there's someone that's unwell. So we're looking at family history, and an idea is being struck by someone in the family that goes, actually, I think I know so-and-so that had that. Why don't we get that checked and see, we can rule that out. So the idea that's there might be the way to go. For others, it's about, I've had an idea, I'm going to try something alternative to see if that will make a change. Because there's something definitely here which is pulling us in 4 different ways. We're not quite sure, so we need to research more. We need to have a second opinion. We need to put more time and energy in this before we can conclusively say yes or no. So now we're going to go on to Aquarius. This is all about your creativity and your communication skills this month. Might be learning a bit more tech. You might be putting yourself across the Wi-Fi, learning something new. Things that you put out this month and through half of next month is going to be really good for your career. You've got a bigger audience. You've got a wider, expansive reach than you thought that you had, or that you're growing that. This is also a time for you to be able to put that mental process energy into something that's really important. You might have found that over the last couple of months that you've been so tired, and I call that when you're completely emotionally, mentally and physically tired, I call that soul tired, and it's because I just can't stand another thing, like just give me a break. And I understand Aquarius, that you've been going through that, but this month something shifts in your mindset to make you feel like, okay, I can do this. I've got a bit more energy, get creative, promote myself, learning some smaller skills to be able to earn more or to be able to understand more. This is also about your duties and abilities. It's about your comprehensive somewhere through this reality check that you're going to get, which I feel like will be, okay, so for some of you, it's going to be someone's trying to silence you. And this month, and if that happens on this eclipse for you, if someone's trying to silence, then this is the one time where it affects you so much that you delve into researching, seeing a therapist, getting what needs to be done, because it's created an environment where you are in a pressure cooker and you absolutely need to get out of your head. So you need to get creative about that. And this could be, the tensions rise, and then, so much that you want to hold in, like, I can't handle anymore, I don't want to hear anymore, that's it, that's done. And this stems from a basis of our value system, from what we've learnt about worthiness, from our childhood, from our relationships, whether they be work and love or best friends. So how we've learnt of what I do for others and how they do that back for me. So are you the one that's always saying yes? Are you the one that's always being left out to dry? This is something that's going to come up, and you'll have a deeper understanding of yourself, what you will and will not sell out for. Maybe you've learned a lesson. I threw myself out there. I made myself work for 4 days in a row, helping a friend out, and they didn't even say thank you. And they might have won too, and they put out a wonderful big thing on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, and they never even mentioned you. It's not like you need a big write-up. You just need a thank you very much for your help there. Couldn't have done it without you, or even just a thank you. When it comes to our work, study, career, and finance, we've got the Temperance card. So we're transitioning into a better way of making money. So if you've just started a job, you're going to be learning things, getting to know the people around you, and it's going to feed your energy. The more that you do, the more energy that you have. If this is a home business, you're transitioning into incorporating something different to get a wider expanse to be able to afford more. When it comes to our home, we've got something to celebrate financially. Maybe we are buying a home. Maybe we are putting our money together, or we're finally celebrating something that the family's been working together for a while, and we finally get to celebrate that. Some good news as a family. Now, if you are at a family function and someone old or someone you haven't seen for a long time sits down and has a conversation with you, you're going to learn some really, really good salt. And that means that something that only age can get. When you get to a certain, when you're in your 20s, you think, oh, I'm such a grown-up, and wait until you get into your 40s and you realize, oh my God. I find a lot of people saying, oh, I thought I was so fat when I was in my 20s, and now I'm in my 40s. I look back and go, what the hell was I talking about? I looked awesome. So emotionally that way, financially that way, relationships that way. Something's going to happen this month close to the eclipse where you will have that reality check. And for you, I feel like this is going to be emotional. Someone's going to push that button too much and you're going to explode. Don't explode. Find different ways to release that energy. When it comes to your health, we've got the Queen of Cups. Look, you might be missing your children if you've got empty nest syndrome. If you're like me and your child has passed, and your children. I've got a 22-year-old and a 26-year-old. So as a parent, I'm no longer needed as much, and I'm missing my child a bit. So you emotionally this month might be feeling a little bit leaky, might be feeling a little bit emotional, crying for no reason. Now this could be stemming from emotional, this could be from creating levels out of whack. This could also just be because you're not feeling well and feeling a little bit sorry for yourself or feeling a little bit unloved. Also, when I was saying before about, you doing more for others and them not doing it back for you, that might make you feel really, really low this month. Be careful not to let it go for longer than 3 days. If you let it go for longer than 3 days, you might find yourself spiraling a bit, and you don't want to do that, so pull yourself up. We have the opportunity to have a lot of sex and a lot of fun this month, single Aquarians. If you are asking, oh, should I do it? No, if this person's slightly younger or slightly older or slightly outside, or you haven't been dating for a while and you think, oh, should I? Yes, 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 go for it, perfect. If this is in a relationship sense, and we haven't been together for like years and years and years, and they say, oh look, let's buy a house together, let's move in together, let's move together, or I'll move there and you move here, and you're deciding, oh, do I do it? This card is saying go for it. Those of you that are already in a committed relationship and want to go on to the next level, it's a yes this month. Now you're doing virtue messages from the angels. So, Aquarius, through this month and where you need to restructure, step back, strip back, get back to basics, and really clear your mind and start fresh with these new techniques that you're going to learn. And it's about your value system and how you have a relationship with yourself and with others. Do you sell yourself short and overshare and overdo and overwork and overcomplicate things because you want to be seen and validated? Or is it that you don't feel like you've got much to offer? Because this month, how you feel about yourself, value-wise, morals, ethics, and insecurities, something's going to be let go this month, and with that is be replaced with confidence. Also, some of us are working towards our title for a new job, and maybe we're waiting for that start date, maybe we're waiting for our conclusion of our studies to be able to move on. So that's what you're working for, and you'll find that you have a deeper understanding on what it takes to get there, and hard work. Maybe you thought it was going to be done by now, but it's not. It's going to take a little bit longer, but that works for you in the way that you'll be a lot more creative to be able to get things done. You'll be a lot calmer and use techniques to make yourself stay stable mentally and not let other people poking the fingers bother you. You can just walk away, it's not a problem. And also, when we're looking at ourselves in general, how the world sees you, how you see yourself, how you put yourself out to the world is going to look very differently than it did before April. You're working on that with a deeper understanding of yourself, what you will and will not accept from other people. So you will be seen different by other people, and whether some people like it or some people don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's because it's what you want. Okay, as Taurus says, you've got something shining to do this month. You will find that you're extra attractive this month with all the sex on offer. Caressa is saying that you're at the end of the cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you, to guide you onto the next level. Happiness awaits you. And Yvonne is about giving yourself a bit of love, giving your children a bit of love, giving your pets a bit of love. Now, for some of you, you're getting a pet. For others, you're spending money on it. Some of you, you're spending time with your children. For some of you, you're sending money, Mum, can I have $100? Yeah, put it through on the bank account. I'm not saying you have to say yes. I'm just saying that your children are going to cost you a bit more, whether it be love, mental space, or cash. They're just going to cost you more this month. Okay, now we're going to go on to Pisces, our last sign for the day. Okay, salary-wise, we are going to have we're starting fresh. So what we do for money, Pisces, it's not going to be the same. Salary is going to be changed. So if you don't have a job, you're going to get a job. If you do have a job, you're going to get a promotion, or you're going to make a change. Whether you do a small tangent change, you switch departments, or you get another job. How you earn your money, your salary, is going to be changed this month, and it's going to be closer to the end, the third week in April, where things are going to start to get exciting or start to get a bit nervous about that. Things are starting to take action there. Maybe for some of you it's exam time. Some of you it is the transition between where I'm finishing and where I'm starting new. Now you also are looking at the world to see you differently, to put yourself out to the world differently, present yourself differently. The only issue here, we've got the Tower card. Let us find pressure. Okay, Okay, so we are going to have to strip back and restructure this month. And this is about everything underneath the surface. So if you think of the ocean and everything underneath, this is a place we go to when we go to sleep, or where we go to when we have anesthetic. So this is the part in between awake and asleep. Now, in this place is where we have our self-destructive tendencies, our habits, where we have ego, where we get in our own way, secrets that we haven't told other people or that we've kept secret for somebody else. This is information that we've pushed down that we don't want to deal with. This is the month where it's going to come up and slap you in the face and say you have to deal with it. Now, it looks like for you, for some of you Pisces, it's going to be in your health. But things that need to be let go of. You'll get a deeper understanding of yourself. You'll also understand why you do to yourself what it is that you do and why you do that. You're also going to understand that things happen for a reason, and you're going to understand through either a new custom, a new religion, a new cultural trend, whether you are trialing cultural, so Eastern versus Western medication or procedures, that kind of thing. Something through that you're going to understand that the world and its frequencies, if I put myself out there, I will get myself seen. In your career, study and finance, it looks like you're putting some money in, and people that owe you money will be paying you back. So if there's a long outstanding debt, you might even have forgotten about it, and you get a check in the mail, or someone turns up and says, oh, you know how I haven't seen you for a while and I forgot I owe you money. Then you'll get that money. This is also about paying off debts, organising a structure, organising a system where it can be automatically paid, or it can be all lumped up in one and you make those payments as they go. If you are, you might find that if you're an auditor, you might find that this is where you're headhunted. You might be headhunted this month, Pisces. If you work in an accounting department, you might find that they're upgrading technology, so you need to learn that. There's going to be some difficulty with your co-workers and all the people that you live with at home, where they're going to be arguing over things that don't matter, and it might be driving you up the wall. If it comes to your family, it's petty things, and it's like they're arguing over you or arguing around you, and everybody's pointing at you and wanting you to get involved. Don't get involved, just stay out of it. If it's an unfairness that's been going on for a while, you might need to back somebody up, because this is mentally and value-wise, insecurity-wise, really bashing that person and bringing them really down, really low, into a place that is not good, not healthy, and will take a lot longer to recover on than this person's bad mood. Now, when it comes to your health, okay, we do have the Tower card. So for some of you, you might be finding that you've got these hot spots, sting spots, auras, suddenly feeling dizzy and dropping, for some of you. And this comes from pressure in the head, and you're trying to find the reason why. So you'll probably have 3 specialists. For some of you, it's 3 specialists. Heart, brain, and eyes. Okay, so if it's not that for you, so that would be migraines, seizures, blind spots, sing spots, auras. And that can also come from diabetes or a liver imbalance or hormone imbalance or that kind of thing. The other way this can go is a straight up accident. Hurt myself, didn't see it coming, got a lot of pressure involved there, and some accusations. Well, you really should have stopped that, or you really should have been looking more carefully. People pointing the finger at you, or you can be pointing out to them. Yes, I know, but there needs to be a change there. So this is probably where you're going to have your wake-up call. It's going to make you strip back to basics. It's going to make you ground yourself. It's going to make you restructure and reinvent and relaunch yourself and how the world sees you. So you'll be much better off at the end of this. But it's going to be, it looks like it's your health for you. For some of you, it's your family and or co-workers just bitching and whining and moaning. So, during virtue messages from the angels, Aries. For some of you, you're going to get a new title, or like I said, if you're changing jobs, because there's a new title here to do with your salary as you have a natural conclusion as you leave it behind, and this is sudden. Okay, miracles appear with our relationships that we have. You've asked the angels for help for you to be at. Now, this card is very important. So this is the second house. This is what I keep talking about. So this card shows you perfectly what your insecurities can look like from a different point of view. This is you. You're suffocating and you're not able to see clearly, and you've got a lot of fear here, which is keeping you down and keeping you dependent on your habits, self-destructive things that you do, things that get in your own way. So this card here says that if you just continue to float up above, there's nothing to fear here. So you're sitting in that insecurity, partnership and value system all of this month, and you are going to learn a lesson here which will change the way you feel about yourself. Maybe this is the time where you say, well, look, that's it. There'll be no more after that. Melina says that, and I think this is to do with your health, but also if we're talking about auditing first, let's do that. You might find that you're doing like 3 or 4 at one time. Also, as soon as I said that, it might be complicated because you might be doing conflict of interest, or figure out there's conflict of interest here, and so we're scrambling about somebody else taking having to put their name on that because you can't put your name on both because there's conflict of interest. Even if you've done all the work, then they'll have to go over it again, double check it again, because they're putting their name on it. So when they put that work in, they have to stand by that. But because there's a conflict of interest, then they have to come in at the last minute. Now, if this is about health, there's a couple of theories on why this is happening. So we're being pulled in 4 different directions. Now, some of this might be hereditary. I think it's more of a 2-pronged. This may have officially started off as being something hereditary, but has now evolved onto something else. I feel like that this is not going to be a one-off. We might get some answers, but this is going to take a little bit of time and a few appointments to get us where we need to be. Okay, so I want to let you know that the first 2 weeks of May are going to be interesting, but things will flatten out a bit more after that. Then when we get to the middle of June through to the second week in July, there's going to be a big shift. Now, some of you will experience it in April and May, and some of you will experience it in June and July. But that big shift that happens is going to affect all of us, and that cycle is going to last for the next 1.5 to 2 years. So where that is for you is going to be where you are going to have to put all of your energy, and it will start off with a loss or chaos or pressure first, and then it will ease off after that. So be kind to you and those you love. From Jedi Side Jake, may the force be with you.